testing, testing. Testing, testing. Test. Test. Excuse me.
All right, let's see if I've got things turned on. Can you hear me yet?
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
Oh, great. Okay, cool. I can hear you too.
Hey, Miss
Excellent.
Kim.
I have a brand new laptop and it's got a bigger screen,
Uh-huh.
so I needed to.
The quality's really nice.
Okay, good. I'm glad for that. I'm just kind of playing around a little bit with my screen, getting to know it real quick. Let's see.
Okay, take your time.
Let's see. More. What do I want to do here? Okay.
Oh, the doggy's sleeping.
Wait, can you see my dog? That's
Yeah.
so funny. Yes. She's my partner in crime here in my office. And that bed is all hers. She's 100-pound Great Pyrenees,
Uh-huh. It's a big
and
dog.
it's a big dog. She's
Sheesh.
amazing. She's got therapy pet vibes. She's just a big, lovable teddy bear.
How old is she?
She's probably around 6, is what we think. We adopted her around 3, 4.
Okay.
So I know. All
All
right.
right.
I am really small and you're really big, which is fine, but I can't really see.
From the I'll say so you're on Zoom, right?
I am.
So hit the top right, it says view, and
Okay.
maybe that could be the reason why. If you hit multi-speaker, I think we should be the same size.
Oh, okay.
Let me know if that
Let's see.
worked.
All right. Oh, yeah, that's cool. All right, good.
That worked?
Nice. It does.
Okay.
Perfect.
All
I love
right.
that she's in the background. That's so funny. This is really wide. You get it all.
Yeah, it
Okay.
like I don't know what you clicked, but it was just you and then it like expanded. Yeah.
Boom. Yes.
Pretty cool though.
Excellent. Well, that's cute. She'll add some kind of background to it.
Um so I'll just want
Cool.
to
It's nice to
say,
meet you in
yeah,
person.
right. It's nice to meet you. I'm not actually sure how I stumbled across your Instagram. I think I just seen like because I was looking for someone that did something with like wigs for people with alopecia or something similar to that, and I don't
Yep.
really don't know how I stumbled across yours. I think your page had popped up when I was searching something like that. But
That's
yeah, it is
awesome.
nice to
I'm glad
meet
you
you.
found me. That's very cool. I love to know how people stumble across me.
Mm,
I get that term a lot. It's because it's a very specific wig too. I mean, it's really made for people like us
uh-huh.
with full loss or folks who are willing to shave what little they have in order to wear
Mm.
it. So it's 1% of 1% population out there.
I love that.
So
I definitely love what you're doing for the community. It means a lot,
yeah,
honestly.
yeah. No, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. And I love meeting people. I mean, I've been a part of this community for a long time.
Uh-huh.
when I was diagnosed around the age of 9,
Hmm.
I got connected with NAF, the National Alopecia
Oh yeah.
Areata Foundation. Yeah,
Hmm.
so that was so helpful, and they were brand new. I went to their like fourth annual conference at the time
Oh.
in Washington, D.C., and I got to meet other kids, which was great. We were a small group back then too. Now
Hmm.
NAF is like hundreds of kids and so many people, but we had probably a group of like 20. And but it was so nice to find them, and so I've been connected, for a long time in different states, and um but it's amazing with social media now connecting with even more people. It's like,
Right.
wow, there really are a lot of people
You're
with
right. It is
alopecia.
a
It
ton.
doesn't always feel that way.
Right. No, I agree. I feel like I barely see people with alopecia out in public. Like
Yeah.
if I do, they're walking up to me every time. I'm just
Right.
like, oh, well, hey,
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't even
Oh yeah.
realize.
I know. It's
Yeah.
exciting. It's an exciting moment. You're like,
Hmm.
hey, wait, do you? I
Hmm.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely. How long
connecting.
have you had alopecia for? What's your story?
So I've been having alopecia since I was 7. Yeah,
Okay.
7. It was either six going to like turning 7. Um,
Okay.
just out of nowhere, like my hair just started falling out, and my parents didn't know what it was, so they're sending me to like dermatologists and stuff like that, and trying to figure out what it
Yeah.
was. And the dermatologist told them I had alopecia. So then after that, my parents were trying all type of different medicines and stuff like.
Yeah. Yeah.
That. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, you went out just a little bit, but now you came back.
Yeah, it said my microphone switched. I don't know why, but
Okay.
you can hear me though, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just literally I probably lost like 3 words, but that was it.
Okay. Good. Good.
I'm turning off my printer too
Hmm?
because it makes random noises. I mean, I'm not doing anything with it, but it wants to like talk to us. So, okay, there we go.
Alright, it's fine.
That should stop
But
the
yeah, so
noise.
yeah, they were just trying a whole bunch of different. They were trying home remedies. They were trying topicals. They were trying injections, and none of it worked.
Oh yeah.
And me
Yeah.
personally, I never cared. Like I it was just been like, oh, okay, it is what it is. Like I used to literally walk around school with like a mohawk with bald spots all in my head. So it was just like,
Okay. Well, good for you.
yeah,
I mean, that's great that you were able to embrace it that early on, honestly, and
mm,
feel that comfortable about it. Did you know anybody with it at the time?
never. Mm-mm, no, I did
Yeah.
not. I did not at all. It
Wow.
was really foreign in my family. No one, my parents didn't even know what it was. Nobody in my family has ever had it, so they were just like, "Oh, this is new."
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
same with me. I mean, I don't have anybody in my family. My mom's a nurse. And
Hmm.
so when my hairstylist found two little patches on either side of my head I was getting my going back to school haircut. And my mom was like, is it ringworm? Are you allergic to
Right.
something?
Are you pulling it?
And
Anything like that?
yeah.
Yep.
And so we did probably a lot of what you did. We met a lot of people and we did some tests and finally got the diagnosis. And but yeah, in my family we have other autoimmune things, so it's almost like maybe a combination of efforts, and
Hmm.
genes that could
Right.
have created this lovely condition for me.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't know anybody in my family either. So, and I hear that a lot. It's not common. I mean, I've met now hundreds of alopecians. I'm so lucky to do what I do because I get to meet a lot of us and I
Right.
get to talk to people and hear their stories. And I hear common denominators, and then
Hmm.
sometimes I hear this outlier, this story that's like, wow, that happened to you. That's really
That
interesting.
that is pretty. That's true because I've never heard the same story. Out of all the
Yeah.
people I've spoken to, I've never heard the same story. It's like
Yeah.
all of them are so unique. I
Yeah.
mean, we're all people. We're all very unique. But like, you would think, okay, everybody, these people, this group of people has alopecia. Oh, maybe their stories are similar. None of them are similar.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
No, and I will say, because I've been around for a minute or two with the condition,
Hmm.
and I'm so happy to be helping people, I do start to hear some similarities, like age of diagnosis
Hmm.
or the type of onset it was,
Hmm.
whether it was really sudden after a big event, whether it was like a big physical event or a
Yeah.
big mental event.
Hmm.
Um, ages 3, 9, 11 tend to stand out.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's adult onset, which is very interesting, and I have a whole group of people that, never saw anything coming, never had a spot in their life, and now all of a sudden in their 30s or more often 40s, early 40s, it's like, what's this? And then it kind of goes like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
um,
I have interviewed this guy from Canada. I feel like he had like one of the craziest stories I've heard. He told me that he went to the doctor because he got sick. He had like pneumonia or something like that, and
yeah,
they ended up giving him some type of medicine. Like I think it was autoimmune depressants or something like that,
yeah, yeah.
suppressants.
Hmm.
And after that, that's when his hair just started falling out, and he didn't know what it was.
Oh
So then he went back
man.
to the
Yeah.
doctor, and he told me the doctor fled the country.
Oh my gosh.
I was like,
That's a story.
what?
Oh boy.
Fled the
Oh,
country?
oh no.
Yeah.
That's not
And the
good. He
doctor's
fled a
nowhere to be
lawsuit
found.
is what he
Yeah,
fled.
exactly. I'm going out to the hospital.
I know. Oh man. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, I have heard that. Definitely illness, definitely injury, possibly different types of drugs, different
Mm-hmm.
conditions. I'm sure you've heard this too, but COVID, whether having
Mm-hmm.
COVID or maybe getting the vaccine or both or one, I mean, who knows? But that tended to trigger a good amount of folks one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
It's uh it's a fascinating and uh, very irritating condition. It's like I find it fascinating that there's just so many caveats and so many possible reasons
Right.
why. And maybe there's multiple reasons why, which seems to be the answer I think that I'm leaning towards. And of course, irritating in that, there's not a magic bullet. There isn't one thing that we can just go
Right.
after and solve all of our problems and our hair can just come back and,
Right.
turn on our follicles that aren't dead. They're just sleeping,
They're
they're dormant,
dormant.
they're
Yeah.
confused,
They're like,
so
what?
exactly. So I kind of have a love-hate relationship with it, to be honest, because I do feel very unique. I
Uh-huh.
feel very fortunate to not be ill, to not have
Right.
a condition that actually causes me harm
Yeah,
to
really
my physical
detrimental.
health.
Yeah.
Not saying that it doesn't cause harm to mental health. I certainly understand and appreciate that it does.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel lucky that this is something that I've found over the years, tools that can help me get through it and embrace it. And, for me, I turned it into a career and I
Mm.
turned it into a life calling that I can actually help people like me get to a better place, so that their hair loss just isn't on that front burner.
Right.
It might not go away completely. A wig doesn't solve problems, and I never ever promise that it does.
Mm-hmm.
But tools and connections and feeling good about yourself and restoring confidence, whatever that means for you, those are the things that I push folks to find.
Mm.
That's what is really, I think, the measure of success to figure out this alopecia thing. And I don't think there's a right way
Right.
for us to figure it out. And like you said, everybody's unique. Everybody's their own person. One thing that works for me might not work for you.
Mm-hmm.
We both might find something that works great for the two of us,
Right.
and I don't think any pressure to be a certain way, one way or the other, is helpful. I think
Right.
the more helpful thing is find what you
Finding
need. What
yeah,
do you need to
exactly.
be happy?
Exactly. No, I agree. That's why I've created my nonprofit, just to bring awareness to alopecia and create a safe space for people to just speak about whatever they're going through and like no
Yeah.
judgment or anything like. And it's hard for people to even come out and talk about stuff like that. It's really challenging. A lot of people deal with a lot of, like you said, mental health and just
Mhm.
other things. So
Yes,
I
it's
think it's.
it's a very, very real thing. And
Mm,
I'm fortunate because I've had it so long, right? I'm in
mm,
my 40s now. I was diagnosed when I was 9,
mm,
and I would never tell you that they were all easy years. I mean, and every chapter, going through as a child and going through as a teen, going through as a young adult, all of those had different challenges
mm,
to kind of face with alopecia and kind of figure it out. As a kid, you have the social and you have school and you're trying to
mm,
fit in and you're probably trying to do some sports or some
mm,
physical. and that's an interesting thing to figure out. And then as you're a teen, you have all the hormones and the insecurities and who am I? Who do I want to be? And all these external pressures
Right.
to kind of put on you for the person that you are trying to figure it all out to be later on. And then as an adult, you're a professional, and now you're trying to figure out, well, what's my professional persona look like, and
Right.
how do I want to present myself?
Right.
Um,
It's
and
challenging.
I don't think any of those are easier than the other,
Not
and
at
it
all.
just no. And even gender. I mean, people a lot of times will say, "Oh yeah, well, if you're a guy, it's probably easier." And or if you're a girl, it might be easier because you can hide it better. And I'm like, I disagree.
I
I
disagree
think
too.
that
Hair is like
I
women's identity sometimes, like,
I think it's hard for both genders for
right.
various different reasons, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
think one is harder or easier than the other.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a challenging condition for anybody, any human person who loses something physical that identified them before and they no longer have it, has to figure out, who they are and who they want to present and find the tools,
I don't think
and so
people from outside should be talking about what's going on over here because
right,
you don't
right.
you don't understand.
No,
Right.
no.
Right.
And it's so hard. I'm sure you've heard, we talk about in the alopecia communities a lot. It's
Mm-hmm.
just hair. I would love for it to just be hair. I
Right.
would love for it to just be hair, but it's not. It's our
Right.
physical identity. And when you talk about physical identity, I like to challenge people with, well, okay, like let's put hair off the table for a second, but let's talk about why you chose that outfit that you're wearing right now, or
Mm-hmm.
why you're wearing makeup, or why you choose plastic surgery, or
Mm-hmm.
why you're wearing those jeans that fit you really well. It's like we make these decisions to present ourselves in a certain way because it makes us feel good.
Right.
It gives us
Self-expression.
confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Self-expression, self-identification, confidence, happiness, peace, all of it. It's all tied in. So
I couldn't agree more.
it's an interesting journey for sure, but one that truly I would not I wouldn't wish my alopecia away. I can tell you that. And as a young person, I probably would never think I'd say that.
Mm. So you
But
feel
I
like
would,
it's like a gift and a curse, or how do you feel about that?
you know what? I would say gift 100%.
Gift.
And I wouldn't even say curse. I would say that I'm lucky to have this. I would say that it shaped who I am. I would say it made me empathetic, more compassionate to people and differences and struggles, whether they're internal or external or both. And now I get to help people, which is the most rewarding thing I could do. I don't call it a job, and it's even weird that I even said career earlier because this doesn't feel like any of that. It
It's a
feels like a
lifestyle.
calling.
Yeah.
It's like, how can I help you get to the place I am? Because I was exactly where you were or close to it.
Mm-hmm.
I know how you feel, but I know it can be better. So how can I help you? And I don't pretend to have all of the tools, or I don't pretend to say, oh, wear hair and it'll solve all your problems and off you go. No, people will call me and they might not be interested in hair,
Right.
but I can hook them up with nonprofits, and I can hook them up with people in their community. I can hook them up with other moms or other kids or both,
Yep.
and it's like, so folks don't feel so alone. And they have, again, back to that, you have the tools to start figuring out what to do to live with this condition, but not only to live, but to thrive, right? It's like, I don't want somebody to just survive alopecia and be like, okay with it. I want somebody to be happy with who they are and feel as good as they can about this life. So
No, I agree because you want to enjoy your life as much as you can. I mean, your life really isn't that long, so you gotta
it's
you
not.
gotta at least live a happy one.
It's not. I mean, seriously, I say all the time, and I feel it the older I get. I mean, life is too short. It truly is. And, we know all the stories of everything happening to everybody around us. Everybody has challenges. Everybody has certain things that, they stumble and it
Mm-hmm.
changes their course, and they've got to self-correct, and they have to find courage and strength and resilience. And, I wouldn't sit here and say that alopecia is the worst thing. I know far worse things going on around me, and I understand that, and I appreciate the difference. But it's an interesting situation to go
Hmm.
through, and again, just helping people get to a better place with it is amazing. And the confidence, right? It's like
Right.
the confidence to go either way. Like today, I'm like, do I start with my hair? Do I put it on after? How do we segue off of it? Because I don't mind both ways.
Right.
I present myself with hair and I present myself without. And a lot of times it depends on my audience and it depends on what I'm doing. And
Hmm.
do I want alopecia to be the forefront or do I
Right.
want it to be, the
Right.
background? Like, what? And I get to make that decision, right? Because I choose to
That's
go
like a
both ways.
superpower.
Exactly.
That's actually pretty
Exactly.
cool. I never thought about it like that.
Well, hey, I can change it up. Maybe you can see the colors behind me. I don't know if you can,
Oh, no, I see them.
but
It's like a
I've
red, a
got,
little darker
right?
brown.
I've got a
Is that?
red one. This one's fun. So I took an old one, but look at that, right?
No, that's a beautiful
That's
color.
fun. I did that the start of last year. I was like, 2025 is going to be different.
Uh huh. Now you rocking the
But
red?
yeah, I got red, I got dark, I've got a couple blondes, but it's a lot of fun. I
All
can
right.
just change it up whenever I want to.
I had wanted to ask you. So I know you care about the community, and
Yeah.
what you're doing is for the community. Is there like anybody or like a certain person that really inspired you to do what you do, or did it just come about and it was just in you?
Yeah. Well, that's a great, great question. And so I would probably answer it with a little bit of a story. So
Mm-hmm.
when I was at NAF,
Mm-hmm.
the conference, when I was 9, um, I had big spots. So I was walking around feeling like I was so confused. I didn't know if they were going to get worse. I didn't know if I was going to be bald. I didn't know if that would be forever, temporary, of course, all those questions, right? We were brand new to this condition.
Yeah.
And so in my mind, I thought, I'm never going to look the way that I thought I was going to look. And I probably will lose my eyelashes and my eyebrows. And in my mind, I won't be looking like women that I'm seeing in front of me. And I was really struggling with that. Like, who am I going to be? What am I going to look like? Um, and I saw a woman at the NAF conference. Now, mind you, NAF conferences are just in regular hotels, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I saw
Yeah.
this gorgeous woman and I did not think she was part of the conference. And I have no idea what made me go up to her because I was a pretty shy kid too, plus alopecia. But I went up to her and I said, I just wanted to let you know, I think you're really pretty. And she was like, honey, I'm just like you. I have alopecia. I have a vacuum wig on. I have fake eyelashes and I have tattoos for my eyebrows. And I'm like, wait, what? She's like, yeah. And so she took off her hair and I was like completely stunned.
Wow.
Like she changed my entire idea of what this could be.
Wow.
And she gave me that hope back that I can look any way I want. This doesn't define me as in the way that I thought it would, and I
Mm-hmm.
can control how I can physically appear. If I want to wear hair, oh my gosh, she does, and that's cool. I just never thought I'd have the choice.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the choice was taken away from me. So fast forward from about 9 to let's say 13, I had spots. And then around 13, I did choose to wear synthetic wigs. And that was an experience because back then there's no internet and there's really no options. And there was like one wig catalog that like every hairstylist had. And they were like, pick out one, sweetie. And so I picked out a piece and her name was Brandy. It was not designed for a child at all, but there weren't child wigs. And so we get this brandy synthetic curly out to here piece on a young girl who, on my best hair day, I had thin hair that was dark and straight. So this was just like out of control. And so the hairstylist would thin and do whatever she needed to do. But I mean,
Uh-huh.
it was so bad. And
Oh man.
luckily short-lived. I wore brandy for a couple years, had ridiculous stories in that time. I mean, kids and some bullying and some wigs coming off during town parades that never
Oh
should have. I
man.
mean, just like I had it all. And then from about 13 to about 20, I just had spots again. And then my senior year of college, I lost pretty much everything. And it was happening fast and it was happening differently. And I had known enough. I'd been to alopecia conferences. I've learned about this could
Right.
happen, that could happen. And, and I was like, uh-oh, this feels real different.
Oh yeah.
And I had the ophiasis pattern that started to go all around the
Uh-huh.
perimeter. That had never happened. And I was like, this isn't good. And then eyelashes, eyebrows, everything. So that was senior year of college.
Uh-huh.
So went out to find that elusive vacuum wig from that lady that I met when I was 9 years old. I remember she said vacuum wig. I didn't know what that meant. I barely knew what that meant. It was like, what is that? That
Vacuum
sounds weird,
wig.
but I saw it and it was beautiful. So my mom and I went on a quest and we found one. And I'm telling you, like everything just kind of changed for me. And the agent that helped me came in a convertible with her vacuum wig on, hair flying in the wind with no care at
I want
all.
that one.
And yep, exactly. And I was like, wait, is that her? And they were like, oh, yeah, that's her. That's Debbie. She's coming in. And I'm like, she's in a convertible? So she comes in and she's like, hello. She whips it off. She's got tattoos all over her head. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I want to be you. Like, how do we do this? So to answer your question in that
Yeah.
long-winded way, the woman when I was 9
Right.
was such an influence to me. And then Debbie coming in with all the confidence in the world, bald hair, convertibles, tattoos, and she's like, let's do this. Like, what are we
Ah.
waiting for? And I'm like, I have no, like, let's do it. I want it like yesterday,
An angel, right?
Oh my gosh. So I will say in that moment, I was 21 and I sat there and I was so transformed and feeling just so good and positive. And I said to myself, I'm doing this. I
Mm.
don't know when. I know I'm not ready now. I have so much to learn. I have no idea what I don't know, but I know one day I will do this. And I stuck to that goal. And fast forward, let's see, 8 years. I contacted the company. I said, I don't care how long I need to wait. I don't care if you don't have a need for another person to help you with these hair pieces, but I want in and I'm going to stand by. And they said, well, where are you? And I said, well, I'm in Texas. And they're like, let's talk. We need somebody down there. And I was like, really? So
Look at
we
that.
met and I mean the rest is history and
Look at
I now I
that.
help anybody in the US, but I originally started with Texas and I mean it was glorious and I go to all the alopecia events and I meet all the alopecians and I'm so connected to the community and it was incredible. So like all of that was inspiring. It was just like these steps that literally I can look back in my life and say they all led me to here. Like this is what I was meant to do. Like I've got an undergrad in psychology, I've got a master's in communications. I had small business experience for other people's small businesses. So
Hmm.
when I was ready, I was like, here it is. Like it's all
Yeah.
laid out. Like I've done all the
Wow.
things.
Wow.
So it's a pretty neat story
Yeah.
because I feel like it was just so meant to be. And I'm so lucky to do it. And this is my 17th year of owning my own business and doing what I do. And I'm incredibly lucky and fortunate.
Jeez. Oh yeah. Congratulations. And
Thank
that
you.
was a beautiful story.
Thank you.
I have one question. Did
Yes.
you ever get the lady's name when you were 9 years old? Did you ever get her name or anything?
No,
Oh my
no,
goodness. I know,
I
like, she
know.
probably doesn't even know that, like, she changed your life. Like, she
I
probably
don't
has
know
no
who it was.
idea.
I know. I know.
That is so crazy.
It is crazy. It is crazy. And I've told that story. We have theories. We're like, it could be this person, it could be but there's no telling. Yeah,
Oh
I
man,
know.
we gotta find
I
this
know.
person.
I know. I know.
Mysterious
It's
woman.
right. Seriously. But yeah,
Yeah.
so it's been a journey and it's been so great. And I absolutely love what I do. And like these pieces, I'm glad you found me because these are, 99% of the people I help have alopecia. You
Uh-huh.
know, I have small subsets of other conditions. I have burn victims who can be in this because it's a
Mm-hmm.
medical grade silicone. I have long-term chemotherapy clients whose hair didn't come back, but for the most part, this is designed for alopecia.
Mm-hmm.
And the owners of our company, they're a family. There's a mother, a father, and their daughter has alopecia. And so and all the agents have alopecia. So it's just fantastic because we walk the walk and we talk the talk. It's like, you know,
Wow.
we wear and we represent what we do and what we believe in, you know. Um,
Wow.
it's a pretty neat thing. But the whole thing with the vacuum, which is so great, which is why Debbie came in a convertible, is because you can do crazy stuff, right?
Roller coasters.
You can do roller
You go
coasters, you can
swimming?
swim, you
Oh
can
man.
do I did a Spartan race one time in a
What?
piece. I mean, you can do some really fun stuff. So I have kids in like every sport you can name. Gymnastics, volleyball, soccer. I mean, really just you name it. And
Mm,
gymnastics is pretty amazing,
mm.
actually. She was one of my first clients, and this girl rocked a vacuum piece and put her hair up in a pony and did crazy stuff and would send me videos. And I'm like, I'm so proud of you. This is amazing.
That
So,
is actually pretty cool. That is
yeah.
very
So
cool.
like literally, right? It's on. Like it's not coming off, but all you have to do is pop it, right?
Mm.
So I sit here and I'm going to pop the suction and it pops and it lifts off.
What?
There it is,
And then
right?
and then when you put it back on, it just sticks.
Yes. So I'll show you. I don't know if you can see that so well. I'm going to open this a little bit.
All right.
Okay. So this inside
Uh huh.
is that medical grade silicone.
Right.
So I take a 3D scan. It's actually really cool. I take a 3D scan of the scalp. So it's incredibly accurate.
Mm-hmm.
And then we create this. We create the mold that this will be made off of.
Mm-hmm.
So this fits me like a glove.
Right.
And the silicone is grippy, but it also creates this suction. So once you put it on and you shake it and you get the air bubbles out, it creates this comfortable suction on your head.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not tight. It's not like wearing a helmet. It's not anything like that. It's actually quite comfortable because it's like malleable, right? It's like it's not a hard situation.
That's
But
actually
yeah,
pretty cool. And so like, if I was to come into your shop,
yes.
would I have to like sit under like the 3D
What are we
scanner?
doing? Yes, I mean that's one of the things.
That'd be
Absolutely. So
cool. That's like a whole
honestly,
experience.
it is the 3D scanner is super cool
Yeah.
because you can actually see it on my laptop as I scan your face. And so I scan the whole scalp. But a lot of times people will look at it and be like, "Oh my gosh, I look like my mother, my father, my grandfather, my great aunt." You know what I mean? Because like we're just
Wow.
sitting there,
Right.
you know, getting it's hilarious. You can see a lot of familial,
I
connections.
wanna do it. I wanna like some like really like crazy long hair.
We could have a lot of fun. So I was going to say the 3D scan, although fun, I
Yeah.
mean, the other stuff is like we get to pick out your color, your curl, your density, you know,
Oh,
where you want your
see.
part, your crown. Like, I mean, we can do it all. Your color, of
What?
course. I mean, it's so fun.
Oh, that's pretty
It's so
cool. And
fun.
you're based in
We could
Texas?
get very creative.
You're based in Texas?
I am. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
based in Texas. I office out of my home, and really the U.S. is my territory. I travel anywhere now, and so yeah, I go to folks whenever they need to see me, especially kids,
Mm.
um, to help kids, especially in their environment, is important because I want them to feel comfortable. I was a kid with alopecia, and I was not comfortable wig shopping and talking to people who didn't really know what was going on or going to someplace scary, you know, and it's like, I don't want that. I want you to be in your home. I want you comfortable. We're going to play with dolls. We're going to pick out fun hair colors. We're going to have like a good time because it wasn't my experience. So I need to make sure that that's going to be the experience for any young person in particular.
Yeah, man. So like you travel often to like different cities and stuff to help the kids out?
hmm I do. Yeah.
Dang.
So in the state of Texas, I'm in my car a lot. So I
Mm-hmm.
travel to Dallas and Houston and San Antonio multiple times a month. And then throughout the US, yeah, as people need to see me. Now, the neat thing is, like, I take the 3D scan. I don't need to take that scan every time people order a piece.
Mm-hmm.
And people order pieces every 3 to 5 years. So one scan can last somebody for a while. So they don't need to see me all the time. So it's like we see each other in the beginning and then I see people as needed, you know. Um, so yeah, and I like travel. It's a lot of fun to be honest. So, and I'll meet people. If people want to, a reason or excuse to come to Texas or they want to meet somewhere in between because they have a work thing or they have a family thing. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I work for myself, so it's nice to make the rules. Yeah.
That is pretty dope, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you have any questions for me?
No, I was just going to show you how to put it on if you
Oh
want to
yeah,
do
oh
that.
yeah, oh
Do
yeah,
you
yeah,
want it? And then
yeah.
I'll ask
Let's.
you questions.
Okay.
Talk about your new piece. That's what we're going to talk about. No, it is really nice and easy. I make it look really easy because I've been wearing it for so long, but
Uh-huh.
really just kind of bend in, just kind of wiggle it around. And then that's when I go up here and I squish down, I get all that air out, and that's how it creates the vacuum.
And that's
And so
it.
now it's on. That's it. So no tape, no glue, it is on. It creates that vacuum fit because it's all that curved edge around the scalp.
So
So that's
okay.
nice and easy.
So for this wig to work, do you
Yes.
have to be bald?
Yeah, I would say about 50% of my clients
Okay.
have totalis or universalis,
Mm-hmm.
but about 50% just have significant areata that their hair is just either it's long-term areata, or they're just unsure when it's going to come back and they'll shave in order to wear it.
That's actually
It
pretty
doesn't
cool.
prevent growth. So
Mm-hmm.
if people are in regrowth, that's totally fine. They can wear this piece when they have a significant amount underneath. I
Right.
wouldn't tell them to go jump in a pool if they have 2 inches of hair
Right.
underneath because they're not going to have the vacuum like I do. But they can wear it and it doesn't stunt growth. So yeah, 50% shave in order to wear and 50% don't. And honestly, for the majority of my alopecia, I've had to shave in order to wear it because before COVID, like a couple years before COVID, I got up to 80% of my hair back, like randomly. So I was like,
Randomly.
wait, am I going to have to think about this? And then 1 year later, I was back down to zero. And I was like, yeah,
That sounds like
we,
alopecia.
that's that, right? It's like that roller coaster.
That sounds about right.
Yep, yep. But yeah, so I mean, tell me like what are your long-term plans for your nonprofit and how can I help you?
So, coming up very soon, I am going to Chicago to just
Okay.
talk to different schools about alopecia awareness and mental health.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going with a friend. That's from Chicago, so he's just gonna show me around and stuff like that. I have a couple schools
Mhm.
lined up already.
Okay.
Um, that's just one thing. Two, I lately I just been doing these interviews and just getting to know
Yeah.
people and stuff like that, and outreach in the community, giving, like I said, giving people a safe space to talk about whatever they need to
Yeah.
talk about.
Yeah.
Um, but honestly, help. I don't really know. I just do this stuff. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
know. If I feel like I'm
Yeah.
flawed in any area, I would definitely reach out for help or
Yeah.
anything. Um, I have people in Atlanta that deal with alopecia, so
Yeah.
if they are looking for a wig, I know where to send them
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
because this
Send them
is
my way and
yeah.
I'd be happy to share more with them. I mean, that's
Hmm.
for sure. This wig is for a lot of people and it's not for some either. So I am not pushy and I never push an agenda that isn't something that is in the person's best interest. So I like to be somebody who has a lot of information and I can lay it all out. And if it makes sense and works, I am all for it. And I'll tell you, oftentimes someone will call me, they'll test the waters, they'll ask the questions, and then I don't hear from them for a couple of years, and then they'll
Oh
call and
man.
they're like, I'm ready now. I'm like, all right,
Oh
yeah, let's
okay.
do it. But but yeah, no, I would be happy to help you out in any way. I mean, I am a huge proponent of anybody that's helping folks with alopecia. I love to connect people. Um, especially men and younger boys, to be honest. I have a lot of moms who will call and they're really desperate and wanting find good role models and mentors. Um, and that's really important, And so I love that now I have a new resource in Atlanta that I can reach
Yeah.
out to.
Oh yeah, I got you. I got you. So
Okay.
I know you say you're a mom and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
how did your children take it? Like knowing like, oh, my mom has alopecia. How do you feel like
Yeah.
they took it?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Okay, so I get that question a lot from um, my clients and just worried about their kids and how their kids are going to perceive them. I mean, I would say it all boils down to how we feel about ourselves.
Right.
So if we have our house in order and our mental health in a good place, and we've kind of identified and figured things out how we want to live with alopecia, and we're in a good place, then our kids follow suit and they see that and they
Uh-huh.
see, okay, mom's got something going on and it's different and she doesn't seem like this is, a huge factor. Um, I would say my kids from when they're very little, I was probably bald more than I was with hair. So it has always been very normal for them to see
Oh,
me
okay.
with and without hair. And then when we started to talk about it, the easiest way when they're really little, I'm like, no, I'm just a little bit different than you. Or I'd explain to their friends, I'm like, I can actually take my hair off. And they're like, what? And I'm like, I know. And they're like, how come I can't? I said, I know, only some of us can do that. And they're
Right.
like, wow. As my kids got a little bit older, I decided that being a little bit more proactive around them would be good,
Uh-huh.
just in case kids caught wind of,
Right.
you know, Avery's mom is bald or
Right.
Brody's mom is bald. And like, that kind of can spin the rumor mill a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I would do career days and I would go into elementary school and I would talk about my career, but I really used it as a platform to talk about alopecia.
Right.
And I'd put together a presentation, a PowerPoint that showed what alopecia is, what it's not, and very simply, especially for an audience of like a 10 and under, I easily say that it's an allergy. I'm like, I'm actually allergic to my hair. Does anybody else have allergies? And then they're like, oh yeah, I'm allergic to peanuts, or oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm allergic to, cedar. Um, so it started this dialogue, and I brought in the Barbies, the bald Barbies. I
Uh-huh.
brought in the bald American Girl dolls. I brought in my color ring, wigs that they could touch so that it wasn't scary, that it was fun, and everybody wanted to touch them, like, oh my gosh, it feels real. I'm like, well, it is real. Oh my goodness. And then I'd always find books, and I bring in books and I'd read them books suitable for their age about hair loss and alopecia. And it was one of the best things I ever did. And now all of a sudden, taking something that may have been a little scary and kids wouldn't have known what it was, and maybe they confuse it with a condition that I could possibly be not well, that they it now turned into something cool. Like, oh, did you see Avery's mom came in and she had these wigs and it was so, and she could take her hair off. Did you know that?
You will be a great teacher.
Right? It was so
Great
fun. I loved
teacher.
it. I love kids. I
Uh,
love being a mom, and I loved psychology. Okay.
hmm.
So like put all those things together and I'm like, all right, this is going to be good.
Gonna make it
So,
fun every
right?
time.
Fun and not scary. I mean,
Right.
that's the thing. People, they bully, they make fun, they get nervous, they stay away when they're unsure. So it's like, let's empower everybody, and let's give them the information. And now we're all on the same page. And if they're looking at me and I'm like, hey guys, I'm good. Like, I'm bald, but I'm good. I'm happy. I'm a normal person. I'm just like, it's like, okay, cool.
That is pretty cool.
So,
I need to
so
write
that
that
was fun.
down.
Yeah, it
Because
was
I'm
a
about
good
to be
time. But
talking
I
to
but
high
I'll get the
schoolers. I'm like,
oh right.
ugh.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be, that's a whole different realm.
Hey, what was neat is setting the foundation. So in high school, when my kids are in high school, like nobody talks ill of me. And in fact, they tend to be the people who are like, tell your mom, I think I know somebody who has alopecia. What do I do? And I'm like,
Mm,
okay, good. So now my kids are the ones that are like trying to connect resources. And I've
Right.
met people through that. I had somebody tell me about a girl who was a hostess at a local restaurant, and they're like, she has alopecia. I see the spots. Do you know her? And I'm like, I don't know her yet,
Right.
but I'll find out.
Uh-huh.
Okay, sure enough, I did. She became a client when she went to college. She wanted to wear hair, so she did. And I mean, she's one of my favorite people, like ever. So
That's
that
beautiful.
was such a neat thing. Just, like when people know what's going on
Right.
and you're open about it and you're comfortable, you make all these connections
That's the
and
whole. That's the goal. Is to inform
right?
everyone and let
Like
them
we
know.
wouldn't be here if we
Right.
didn't connect, with each other and be open about our own stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't be doing what you're doing if you weren't open about your own thing,
Right.
and same with me. Um, so yeah, it was a neat time, but I do get that a lot, and like people are always like, how do I tell my kids and all of that, and I'm like, just be you and just be honest.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to tell them anything that's not true. You can say like, yeah, sometimes like not having hair stinks. Like sometimes, I miss it. It's okay. Like I rather present to my kids somebody that's normal and healthy and has normal thoughts as opposed to like everything's fine. I'm
Right.
in denial,
Nah, no. So yeah, no.
Alopecia's great.
Have you ever had a client that like they came in and you could just tell the confidence wasn't there and it was just like they seemed like they just wasn't into it. They didn't really like themselves. And then once they put on the wig, they're like their whole mood just changed. It just was enlightened. Have you ever seen that before?
Yeah.
You got any
I
stories?
have. I have seen more often than not when people find me, I tend to be the first person that they've ever seen with alopecia. And I'm honored by that. I think that's a really special thing
Mm-hmm.
to connect with somebody. And I'll be honest with you, it's not necessarily about them putting on the wig and feeling really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's meeting somebody else who's been through it, who can validate their feelings, but also make them feel enough all on their own. And then we can talk
See,
about
that right there.
hair and what it is, but what it's not,
Right.
right? It's not going to solve
It's not.
alopecia and
Right.
it's not going to make it go away. So I rather get to like the nitty gritty of the person and build them up and get them to a really good place. And then the hair, that's just it's a topping. It's
Have you
great.
ever
It's
did
wonderful.
I'm sorry.
But
I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
Have you ever denied anyone? Like, okay, so I feel like some people, like growing up, I did go through this phase, like where I was wearing like a lot of hats and stuff like that because I didn't want nobody to see it. And
Right.
yeah, at some point I was just like, I don't want to really, I don't feel like hair in
Yeah.
people's mouth. I don't feel like, so I was wearing hats. So
Yeah.
would you say like putting on a wig for someone before you vet them is kind of like that band-aid? Like,
Mhm.
so have you ever denied anyone?
I will say that I try to counsel substantially around young kids
Right.
first. I would like to understand the reasons behind wanting to wear a wig, um, and going from there. So if there's a need to um, if there's a need to hide, if there's shame that's involved with hair loss, and I'm not saying that those are valid feelings. People do feel shame and they feel uncomfortable or they're embarrassed, and that's
Mm-hmm.
okay. But it's important to work through those things. And like you said, not have the wig be a band-aid because then really nothing's solved.
Right.
So I like to counsel around the reasons why someone has chosen to wear, and then what kind of work can we do while we're making the decision to wear hair. Like
Right.
we can do both, right? You don't have to solve all your problems and before you put a wig on. You can do both.
Right.
Sometimes people need a wig very
Yeah,
much,
yeah.
and then they
Extra
can start
confidence
solving the
boost. Exactly.
right.
It's like getting weaned off, something.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
So, but like you said, and I think that you're kind of hinting around to, it's like the wig is not going to solve the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know, losing anything, losing your hair, you do need to go through the steps to grieve. And I do try to tell anybody, especially all the newbies, I mean, there's a process. And it's not necessarily linear, right? It's
Hmm.
like anything. It's like a death, it's a divorce, it's a loss of a body part. You've lost something, and it's okay to grieve it. It's okay to think about it. It's okay to be all over the map with it, and then explore what might be helpful to get you through it. But all that healing does need to take place. So I don't know if I've ever really denied anybody, but I think that part of what I provide to folks is helping them through this in its entirety, not just with hair. It's
Right.
like, I'm here, we can do some really fun
Uh
things with
huh.
hair, but let's talk about life, and let's talk about
Right.
how you're feeling, and try to get to a better place. And usually those two things combined, right, can really get somebody to a much, much better place, which
I
is
agree.
just
I agree. It's
gratifying.
all about community and being like aware of like what you're going through, and
Yeah,
just getting attention from somebody that's going through the same thing you're going through. I agree. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. You see somebody that's adjusted and they seem happy, and you're like, okay, well, that's not me right now, but how did they get there? I
Right.
need to know. Like, I
Exactly.
need to give me the keys to the castle so that I can be where you are now. That's my goal. And it's
You
like,
yeah.
yeah,
You
let's
gotta
do it.
think like if someone's coming to you, yes, they want a wig, but then they're also like, she has alopecia too,
Yep.
so how did she even get here? That's perfect. It's hand in hand. You get
Yep.
free therapy and a wig.
Exactly, right? I mean, the first degree comes in handy for me. I mean, I really think that that's why I was drawn to this. I mean, I want to help people. I mean, that's the end result. And like I said, like I might turn down people that just this isn't right for them. Like this piece isn't right. Um, they're in a regrowth phase, or they want to try a drug. Like that's all fine. That's great.
Right.
But let's not commit to this or invest in this when your goal is something different, and all that's fine. Um,
'Cause that is a
but
big
yeah, I mean,
commitment.
it's just yeah, absolutely. But and then some people are like, well, if I shave, like, will it stunt the growth and all that? I'm like, no, absolutely not. Like your hair will grow. If it's meant to grow, it'll grow. You'll be fine. But yeah, it's a journey for sure. All of it is. And I feel so lucky to meet so many of us.
Hmm.
Like and when, like I said, I meet a lot of people and they're like, you're the only person I've ever met or seen, with hair loss. And I'm like, wow, like I'm honored by that. But then I'm
Me?
like, I want you to meet more people.
Right. Like me? What?
I know, I know. But have you ever been to NAF? Have you ever been
I
to
have
the
not.
Alopecia? Yeah.
They had one in Atlanta, I think like a couple years ago, and I
I was
missed
gonna
it.
say, I thought it was in Atlanta. I'm trying to think. It was actually, it may have been
They do a
more.
lot in Chicago though.
They
Um,
do. We've been there a few times.
yeah, so I
Yeah.
want to go to one in Chicago. And then if they ever do have one in Atlanta again, I'll definitely make it. But
Yeah.
I have never.
Yeah, I think you'd really enjoy it, to make the connections and to talk about what you do, and um, really any merch. If you have merch,
Oh yeah,
people love merch.
yeah.
But it's a great opportunity to meet people and spread the
Networking.
word and spread the community. I mean, it's all about that, honestly, and um, it's a good time. And I've been a part of it for, I don't know, 20, 30 years, close to 30 years, I guess now. Um, and it's just a huge group. It's in Orlando this year.
Orlando this year.
It is. I think it's the first time it's ever been in Orlando too. So the kids get to go to like Disney and Universal and hit a couple alopecia events. We'll have some
Let's
fun.
see. I know the webinars. I've been on the webinars before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the Zoom meetings and stuff. I'm
Yeah.
looking on their Instagram right now to see if I see the Orlando, June 25th to 28th.
Yep.
Okay. Registration is open for the
Yeah,
41st
they
annual.
just yeah, they just opened it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll
But
sign up
yeah,
for
the
that.
hotel is like right at the entrance of Universal, so I think that's going to be a
Oh,
lot of
that's
fun.
perfect.
Right? Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah, so
I'll
it
sign right now.
usually it'll go like East Coast, West Coast, and then Central. That's what they've done in the past. But I know
Mm-hmm.
that they're mixing it up a little bit too, and they've got some new players on in different positions. So I think every year might have some new things that we've never seen, but it's a really good time. Especially for, like I keep saying, but especially for guys, younger boys, teen boys, like it really matters, and
I
doing
agree.
what you do and talking to people, like it's really, really important. Because I feel like the challenges can be quite different, and a kiddo who, misses their hair and maybe even wants to wear hair, that's not necessarily something that they feel supported
Hmm.
culturally by, so it's even harder. But I have a soft spot in my heart for the younger kiddos, and especially some of the younger males and stuff.
Yeah, the adolescents, they're really like so impressionable. So it's good to get to them, especially at that younger age. Because, I done seen so much trauma in people and stuff like that, just caused
Oh,
by a younger, stuff that happened when they were younger. And then it just
I
shapes them
know.
into the person they are. It's
Hmm.
just, let's just avoid it at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Not even, not even. We not even talking about the hair right now.
yeah.
just,
I
just, just
know,
overall, like,
right?
man, that's too much.
Yeah, there's a lot of challenges. Then you put something like this on top
It just
or
makes it
something
worse.
else, and yeah, it makes it infinitely harder.
Sheesh. Yeah.
I know. I'm right there with you. I get it. I get it.
We're doing a great thing. Honestly, we're really doing a great thing. People, we
I
need more
agree.
people like us in the world. You know.
Absolutely, 100%. I'm so glad we connected.
I
I
need
think it's
to.
great. And like I said, I want to help you. And depending on what you do with this, I'll definitely put it out there. But yeah, for sure, I'm going to keep your contact info. And if there's anybody I can help with really anything, it's not just wigs, but it's just alopecia in general, just
Mm.
hook them up with me and I'll do the same, knowing that you're out there now and where you're located. It's super helpful to have that.
Thank you so much, Kim. I appreciate it. You got any final
Yeah.
words for people navigating hair loss or anything like that?
I would say find your people, find tools, and go easy on yourself. It's a process. It takes a long time to figure it all out, and that's okay. There's no right way to handle alopecia. Everybody's journey is different. Give yourself a lot of grace, give yourself a lot of love, and find what you need to live the best, most fulfilling life possible. And there are people like you and me and a whole slew of others who have been through it and can help folks along their journey to get to a better place.
I couldn't agree more. Thank you,
Yeah.
Kim, so much. It was so nice
Yeah.
meeting you. I hope you
So
have a
nice to meet
great
you.
night. And
I hope you have a great night.
also, I did want to mention that. Do you mind if this call is recorded?
No.
Okay. I meant to ask you that in the
No.
beginning, and it just clicked to me that I didn't tell you
Yeah.
that I was
No,
recording this.
absolutely not. I figured it would be. So that is
Okay.
okay.
And you don't mind
Yeah.
if I post it on my social media, do you?
No, I don't
Okay.
mind.
Thank you so much, Kim. I appreciate you dearly,
Absolutely.
honestly.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Really nice to connect with you.
All right. Well, you have a great night, okay?
All right. You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, she was nice.